People often ask me where I came from and how I got here. I think the first thing to say about myself is that I remember being born. And then as I grew up, I knew that I had an ability to recall, and I began to put down items. I began to write when I was 8 or 9 years old, and when I was 12, I met a carnival magician who told me to live forever. His name was Mr. Electrico. Well, when he said live forever, I had to go see him and find out how to do that. So the next day, following a funeral of my favorite uncle, I asked my father to stop the car, and I got out and ran down the hill toward the carnival tents and the flags. And there was Mr. Electrico sitting on a platform outside his tent as if he were waiting for me. Well, I didn't know what to say to him. I couldn't very well say, how do you live forever? So I had a magic trick in my pocket, and I took it out and handed it to him and said, "Sir, could you possibly teach me how to do this?" So he showed me how to do the trick, and then he looked into my face and said, "How'd you like to meet these people over here in the tent, all these strange people that live with me?" I said, "Oh, I'd love that." So we walked over to the tent, and he hit it with his cane, and he shouted, "Clean up your language, clean up your language." And we went into the tent, and I met the illustrated man and the fat lady and the skeleton man and all the other people, the acrobats. At the end of the afternoon, I walked out of the carnival grounds, and I stood by the carousel. Well, tears poured down my face because I realized something important had happened to me that day. Mr. Electrico had sent a charge of electricity into me. And I went home and went out west with my folks the following day to Tucson, and I began to write. And I've written every single day since that day. And